It's been a minute. You're tired of hearing me say that, but I figure it's fine because you're gonna get really sick of me come November, which is just a week away. So I hope you enjoy the break of my face as much as, I don't want to say I enjoyed it though, because I miss filming. I miss you guys. I miss doing this. I'm sorry if I sound really stuffy. I'm getting over a cold. Of course, I would get a cold right before I'm about to leave on my cruise, but whatever. One of the reasons that I haven't really been talking about my writing much and filming is because I feel like I've spent the last 2-3 weeks just editing other people's work, which is fine. It makes me a better and more analytical writer to see what I like about other people's styles, see what I don't like, you know, have that kind of critical eye. But at the same time, it's like, oh my god, I just want to work on my own story. I mean, it's the price you pay for having that many, you know, critique partners essentially, but it's exhausting. Essentially, I do 5 stories a week, so 5 20-page stories, about 100 pages a week we've been doing, and it's hard. I think I've mentioned that number before, and I'm sorry, but it's exhausting. And I feel bad because I feel like the weeks when I do have more versus 4, like having that extra one, I feel like I can't give as good of a critique. But anyway, one thing I've been really doing for my story is, I admit I haven't spent that much time actually writing it. I mean, I'm a writer, we don't write. But I've been doing so much brainstorming, and I know I keep saying this, but I really feel like I've got it now. I've worked out the kinks. I'm happy with the development that I've taken and come up with, and I think it's gonna make it so much better. I sound like a broken record, but really revising is just trial and error and brainstorming, and a lot of it does feel like drafting and outlining again for the first time, but it's hard. So my goal for this week is to actually completely redo my outline. I think that was my goal last week, but I didn't quite get around to it. I started to redo it, but then I was like, oh, I still need to work on this and this. But I'm gonna sit down and actually redo the entire outline so that come November 1st, come the start of NaNoWriMo, I have a very clear idea of what exactly I need to write. Smoke alarm going off. And I was going back and forth on whether or not I wanted to take my laptop on the cruise ship, because I usually don't take it on vacation with me because I'm nervous about it, but I'm gonna be gone for a whole week, and more importantly the first week of NaNoWriMo, when you have the most energy, and I just can't afford to miss that time, especially with my goal of being done with revisions by the end of the year. I need every single week I can get, so I'm actually gonna take it with me, and there's gonna be a lot of days where we have downtime just because we port 3 of the 4 days, so that's 4 days at sea, which obviously I'll be doing stuff too, but the people I'm going with go to bed really early. They all have kids. And so Zach and I, we have some late dinners planned, but also like I plan on getting up early and doing some writing, and I'll be able to do that from my balcony on the boat looking out at the open ocean. I can't think of anything more inspiring. So I'm actually gonna bring my laptop. I officially decided, and I thought, oh, I'll just bring a pencil and notebook and I'll just handwrite. But the truth is, I like handwriting for brainstorming, but when it comes to actually like cranking it out, I can't do it. My hand starts to cramp, I get frustrated because I can't delete quickly, and just, yeah. Like I said, it's great for brainstorming. I've loved it as a tool, but now that I'm actually gonna get into the juice of the writing, I want my laptop. So that's kind of just a quick update on my writing life, which is that there's not too much of an update, but there is a lot of update on my, I guess, student life. We're about halfway through the semester, and I had my midterm exam for one of my classes, which was, it was just like a questionnaire. Oh, and I wanted to say, one of our assignments was to do a 1-sentence outline of our whole book, which was crazy. And I can't tell you what mine was because this spoils the ending. But it really got us to focus on who the main character is if we do just have one. And originally I've said, oh, I don't have one, like my story is about multiple people. But I think that it is a story really about one person in particular, and so that was kind of cool to narrow that down. And now that I have like such a more clear focus, like I'm gonna still have the other characters and obviously it's their story too, but he's kind of gonna be the heart of it. And I think I've always felt that way all along, and so I feel really happy with that realization. And it also made me realize that my main dramatic question, which I believe I talked about in last week's author's journal, was dead wrong. I had said the main dramatic question was, will they find the missing skull? That is not the question of my story. My story isn't like a mystery whodunit, like are they gonna find the skull? It's about more than that. And you know, that's sort of like their mission, but that's not what the story is about. So I had to reword that, and maybe I will share that with you guys at the end of the semester, kind of do a what I learned at my Harvard classes so far, because I think that would be a really cool video to film. But for right now, I'm still working on the kinks a little bit, and so I don't want to say the wrong thing again. I'm gonna wait till my teacher approves my one sentence outline first, so make sure I got it right. Okay, so I have some lasagna cooking. My friend Erin is coming. It is Halloween weekend. I have my costume ready. Zach and I have the cutest costume. I'll have to show you guys after we're done getting ready. I'm really excited about it. But NaNoWriMo is coming, you guys. Are you ready? Are you excited? I feel so bad that I haven't really been putting out these writing videos as much. Like I really wanted to build up to NaNoWriMo with more writing videos, but I've just been so busy thinking about my story, and I apologize in advance if my last author's journal video was really long, because I think it was technically like 2 or 3 weeks of writing clips, so I apologize. I'm not that sorry. I will give a hint to my costume because I have it sitting next to me. It's not a wand. Here's another hint, and you can't see it, but alright, Ellie, we'll see you guys later. My lasagna smells good, except I can't smell it too well. Hello! I'm not gonna talk too loud because my neighbor's home. I need to get my stand thing. Hi guys. So today is Monday, a new week, and I feel so refreshed. I got over, or I'm getting over, a pretty annoying cold. It's just making my nose run constantly, and now my throat's all but I just got off a conference call with my middle grade professor for my middle grade class, or my young adult class, writing class. Ugh, what am I even saying? And we met one-on-one with her to kind of just talk about our story, talk about questions that we have and things we want to continue on in the class, like what topics she wants us, or what topics we want her to talk about. There it is. And I mentioned that I would love to get feedback on query letters. I feel like that is the one thing I am so in the dark about. I know that I haven't really done the research as far as like what a query letter entails, and I know that that's something that I can do, and then I'll probably feel a lot better about it, but I'm not gonna have much feedback on it. And so I asked her if in the class we could kind of, if other people were interested, talk about that, and she said that sounded like a great idea. You know, I could always write a query letter and then she would read it to the class and we could critique it then. And I'm like, oh yes, that would be amazing, because then I would actually have feedback on my query letter, and it sounds like she'd be willing to look it over, help make it look really good. So that's super exciting. And we also have to do a synopsis, which I'm gonna be honest, I did not know there was a difference. So that's just really exciting, and that's getting me thinking more about finishing my story. And I told her, it is like raining outside, but sunny right now. Look at this. I don't know if you can see because my window's dirty, but it is raining and sunny right now. Maybe we'll get another rainbow. Oh, I feel just really good after talking with her. Anytime I talk in my classes or like talk about my work, I always feel really good about it, really excited again. So tonight I have the class, and tomorrow I have my other writing class, and then I leave for the cruise soon, aka NaNoWriMo starts, and I get into the rewriting even more, because I'm gonna be honest, the last few weeks, like the month of October, my goal was to be done with rewrites through halfway through my book. Are any of you surprised that has not happened? But I've progressed in ways that I wasn't expecting. I feel I've changed a lot about the characters of my story, and I mentioned this before about how they're connected, and I kind of am changing the locations a lot, which doesn't seem like a big deal, but I'm gonna have to rewrite the scene just because I felt a lot of the locations were super random. I kind of just picked a random place, and I don't like that. Like, I want there to be a reason. And I felt sometimes I wrote about things I didn't know enough about, so I have to go in and fact check and do more research about the locations if I'm gonna use a location I've never been to. So that's the plan, Stan. And I have to do any research I have to do or want to do before I get into my rewriting for NaNoWriMo, my heavy rewrites. I have to do this week because if you watched my last video, you know I'm gonna be on a cruise ship at the start of it. Well, not the first few days of NaNoWriMo, but the first week, or the majority of the first week. So that is gonna be super exciting. I'm bringing my laptop, but I'm not gonna have internet access because I don't want to pay for it, and I don't want people bugging me when I'm on my vacation. I'm going to not be able to do any research, so you gotta get that done beforehand. But the first few chapters anyway are all locations I've definitely been to, so I won't hopefully have to do much research anyway. So yeah, that's just a quick progress report, baby. Yeah. Oh, and I just wanted to tell you. So, the girl I was ranting about in that video that I posted, you know, she's been good lately. Lately, she's been giving good feedback. I'm wondering if my professor talked to her. She's doing okay, hasn't gotten on my nerves. But then, so for class, we read a book, or we read 4 books? We're gonna read 4 books. We talk about them in class. And usually the books are broken up into 3s. So last week was the start of one of the books. And we're only supposed to read up to chapter 8. Now, last time I read the whole book before the first class just because I liked it so much. It was The Hate You Give. I didn't read the whole book, did I? I read the majority. I read ahead, and I wasn't able to participate in a lot of the theory discussions, obviously, because I knew the ending. So this time I was like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna read ahead. I'm just gonna read up until our reading so I can discuss theory and stuff. Big mistake. This girl, her first comment was about the ending of the book, and she just said it. Now, I get it, it was a short book, so a lot of people did read it, but I purposefully didn't read the ending, so. You can insult my writing, you can insult my story, but you don't tell me the ending of the book, because now it's personal. Oh, this girl. Anyway, I read the ending now, because I was like, I'm not making that same mistake. I'm not letting her ruin my books ever again. For those wondering, it was The Giver. And yes, I understand. A lot of people have already read that book. They read it in elementary school. I was not one of those people. I actually did read it as a kid. I actually read it, I think when the movie came out, I read it really quick because I loved the movie. A lot of people didn't like the movie. I love the movie. But I didn't remember the ending, so she ruined it. So the next book we have to read, I'm just gonna read it now, just in case, because just in case. All right, I better get back to work. It's a work from home day today, and I mostly just have to prepare for our Halloween party for tomorrow. So I went shopping this morning, and now I'm going to go shopping to get the food. So it's a really hard day at work today. And my boss is out all week. It's just me doing my thing, baby. Okay, I'm gonna stop saying that. All right. Oh my goodness, I'm always so shiny. I'm sorry, guys. So I just got done with my Monday young adult middle grade class, and because of asking my professor if we could do more discussions on query letters and talk about publishing at the end of the class, she actually gave us the option. So one of the things that we have to turn in at the end of the class is a 2-page reflection on one of the books we have to read. And she said instead of doing that, if we'd like, we can just turn in a query letter to be critiqued. And I was like, hell yeah! Because basically we'll turn it in and she will help us work with it and
shine it up extra great and give feedback on that. And that is so valuable, because that letter, you need to be perfect. So I'm just really excited about that, to know that by the end of December I will have a critiqued query letter to be ready to send out. Oh, I'm just so excited. And I also thought too, since I will be getting this critique and I'll have my before query letter and after query letter, probably in January, I would love to do a discussion on query letters, tell you guys what I learned, give you my experience, maybe read my before and after. I'll leave out some parts that may give away an ending or something like that, but I thought that would be a really cool thing to share as well, just because I'm trying to think of what, like, I'm learning so much and I would love to share what I learned with you guys. And for the most part I do share a lot, but I think this one I really want to specifically sit down and film a video, because I know it's something I have a lot of questions about, and people give kind of general feedback about how to write a query letter, how not to write a query letter, but I think seeing before afters and seeing what to do, what not to do is super duper helpful, and real life examples are super helpful. Yeah, so I would love to share that with you guys, and I'm just really excited because it just makes it all feel so much more real. Just a few more days till NaNoWriMo. Oh my gosh. Guys, it's all happening. It's gonna happen. I'm so excited, and I know how much hard work is coming and how many more sleepless nights are coming. Hopefully not too many. I try and get a lot of sleep, but crazy. I think tomorrow morning I am going to wake up early and really sit down and tackle my outline again, work on that again. Just like I said, I want to get it done before NaNoWriMo, and that is right around the corner. Oh. Happy Halloween! That did not work as well as I wanted because it was out of focus. Happy Halloween, guys! It is Halloween, October 31st, which means NaNoWriMo is tomorrow. Eek. And I just woke up and it's 6:00 p.m. I don't mean I just woke up for the day. I just mean I came home early from work because I stayed late last night for our work Halloween party. And so I got to leave early tonight. And I was like, oh my god, this is great. Okay, get home early. I'm gonna do all the things. That way I can get even more ready for our trip. I can prepare more for NaNoWriMo, edit videos. I don't know. I was ambitious. I came home and I sat on my couch and I was like, oh, you know what? I'm a little tired. I think I'm just gonna take a quick nap. 2 hours later. But that's okay. I probably needed it. I'm feeling better, recovering from my cold, so hopefully when we leave in a few days, I'll be good. I can't believe NaNoWriMo's tomorrow. But in all seriousness, I do have a lot to do tonight, so obviously I'm gonna enjoy the Halloween evening, carve pumpkins, watch scary movies, make my yearly pumpkin pot pie, but I do need to prep my videos. Have I got my outlining done before NaNoWriMo? No, stop bringing it up. My re-outlining. When did the end of the month happen? I feel like it just came out of absolutely nowhere. No time to chat with you guys though. I've got a lot to do. Check in a bit. Oh my god, you guys, I am devastated. We actually got trick-or-treaters this year. We never do because I'm in an apartment building, so I don't have candy. But they rang our doorbell. But thankfully my landlord is here and she's downstairs giving them candy. But I'm so sad I couldn't have given kids candy. I'm like crushed. I am from Maine. We have no one living around us, so I've never actually had real trick-or-treaters. I don't think I'm ever gonna get over this. Next year I'm gonna have real trick-or-treaters. Okay, so I at least got to wave at them through the window. They saw me. I'm a total creeper. I know, I'm sorry. I like want to cry. I am devastated. I'm laughing, but I'm so upset. So I turned off our living room light, which faces the road, so that way they don't know, like, you know, we're not here. We've never had trick-or-treaters before. This is our 3rd year here. Oh my god. It's probably because it's the first year our doorbells actually worked. So normally when people come, they just knock on the door. So like I said, okay, we're in an apartment complex. So my front door isn't the door on the street. We just have a communal front door. So when someone just knocks on it, it's no one's door, you know what I mean? And no one in my building has kids, we're all adults. So I've never had trick-or-treaters. Oh. And then when I was in the city in Boston a few years ago, living in Boston, I was in a college town. So we had a lot of ding-dong ditchers. Like people would knock on our door and run away, but no one actually was trick-or-treating. And back home in Maine, it's literally just like my family and retired people on my road. And so we would have our little cousins come and that was it. And so it wasn't just like random people, which is just so fun and I love it. And oh man, I'm so sad. I'm so sad. I feel like if we're not in the same apartment next year and we're somewhere else, it has to be somewhere where I think trick-or-treaters are gonna come. Oh damn. All I've ever wanted in life is to be able to offer some stranger kids some candy. Is that so much to ask? And not get arrested for it, I should clarify. So the pumpkins did not get done, but hopefully they last a little longer. It is 11:30 p.m. Half an hour left to Halloween, half an hour until NaNoWriMo. I'm going to bed. I'm not one of those midnight people. No way. But I thought I would just close this week. I feel ready. I feel ready to start this month and at the same time terrified, but ready. So by the time you're watching this, it's already NaNoWriMo. I hope you're doing well. I feel like those first couple days, so many people start strong and I feel like sometimes they're my weakest. Like I need to get into it. So if you haven't, oh my gosh, my hair. If you haven't quite gotten off on the right foot, fear not, there is still so much more of the month left. I think when I first started this back in 2016, I didn't even start until day 3. So you're fine. I didn't win that year though, so maybe that's horrible advice. Anyway, that's it for this week. I feel like this last month has just been prep. I guess that's why they call it Preptober, but it's almost been mental prep too. I've done a lot of resting the last few days, which has been amazing. Working on a new puzzle. Don't know if you can see. It's Nancy Drew covers. Oh yeah. Just sort of mentally preparing myself that this is really gonna happen and that I'm hopefully going to just have something really solid by the end of the month. You know, even if I'm not 100% revised as much as I want to be, I want to be a good place because I kind of want December to be more proofreading and just getting it ready to send out versus revising. Lately, what am I reading? I'll tell you what I'm reading. So I just finished The Giver, which I love that book, classic. And I started the sequel. You guys, did you know there's a sequel? There's actually, it's part of a 4-book series, which is incredible. So if you ever read The Giver and you're like, I wonder what happens next, there's actually an answer for you. And Gathering Blue, so far, I'm like 20% done. It's also shorter, like The Giver. And it's different characters, but I think it's still in the same world, but it's like a whole different society. So it's just so interesting and I love it. And reading the reviews, people are like, oh, if you love The Giver, you won't necessarily like the whole book, the series, because it's like not the same. But I think it's like just as wonderful and just as beautiful, and just it tells a whole different story, but it's like, you know, it's still that continuing theme of what it means to be human and what are we willing to sacrifice in our humanity for our society. I don't know, it's asking those big questions. So I love it so far and I'm excited to finish it. And then for next week, I have to show you what I'm reading. I'm gonna start this bad boy because it's the I keep calling these the Agatha Christie series. They're not. The Murder, She Wrote series. The show's based on Agatha Christie's works, so I get them mixed up, but I'm excited. This is gonna be my cruise ship book. Okay guys, happy Halloween, happy NaNoWriMo. I'm sure You are doing fantastic. If you're not, got plenty of time. Is that horrible advice? Probably, but stressing about it isn't gonna help. So have fun. Most of all, remember that. Remember to have fun. Remember why you want to be a writer. Keep that in mind during the stressful parts. If you want more advice on NaNoWriMo and how to rock NaNoWriMo, there's a million other videos out there. Last year, was it a Camp NaNoWriMo? I think it was just NaNoWriMo. I did a collab with Heidi from Listen, I Have an Idea, who I believe is also doing NaNoWriMo. I saw she just uploaded a video today, so exciting. So I'm going to go watch that. I'm going to link her channel down below, and I'm going to link our video as well, if you want to check that out. And have a wonderful week. Next time you guys see me, it's gonna be on a cruise ship, which means by the time you watch it, it means I'll have been back from my cruise, so I'm gonna be really sad. So if you could leave some love and support on next week's video, I would really appreciate that. No, it will be great. You know why? Because Crimes of Grindelwald is coming out the week after that, and Sims 4 Get Famous, so it's gonna be an amazing week that next week. And it's me and Zach's anniversary. Whatever, okay. Good night!
Oh honey, though our friendship's